after Henry Cavill left The Witcher, says, you know what? I am tired of this woke writer's room. They're not respecting the source material. They're not respecting the fans. I'm done playing my dream role as Geralt. Witcher fans were pretty upset, and rightfully so, because he was the only reason people were still watching. And now the most recent spinoff that Netflix has put out, it's a complete and total fucking disaster. A 9% audience score. This is the lowest rated Netflix original series of all time. And that's saying something, because they've had some bad things. That Resident Evil series was a 22% audience rating. This one tops even that. And everybody's roasting it, and already it's very predictable. The media is going full tilt trying to protect this series. The Witcher Blood Origin's getting review bombed by Henry Cavill and novel fans. Shockingly, that people that are fans of The Witcher would not like the garbage that they're putting out there. And now, of course, what did we hear today? It has an audience score, the worst audience score of all time, but the gamer says it's just full of racist, misogyny, and ableism.
Oh man, it's like they go to the same scheme, scams, plans that they have. It's coordinated, obviously. It's like, okay, we're going to put something out. We're going to promote it as checking boxes. Then when it fails, we're going to blame the people that actually bother to watch it. It's a bizarre thing. It hasn't worked for them yet. And then even the shield media can't really save it. So CBR, of course, they're going to roll it out. It's getting review bomb because nobody can legitimately dislike their product. It really represents where Hollywood's at right now. Where they're at right now is that they can never concede that they have a content problem. That's impossible for them. It has to be something wrong with you. And that's really the ideal that they have when they make content in the first place. They're not making content for actual people that's willing to watch it, potential customers. It's more, you need to live up to whatever it is that we're going to show you. And if you reject it, well, there's something fundamentally wrong with you, and there's something fundamentally wrong with the actual customer. So it's a bizarre thing that they pull out. It has not worked yet, but it's not going to stop them from trying.
It's also like a cheap cop-out too, because the easiest way to kind of get out of a failure is just to like shift blame somewhere else. They're never going to blame themselves. They're never going to put the responsibility on themselves. They're never going to admit they're just a bunch of stupid SJWs with green and pink and retarded hair and admit that that's what they're more focused on. They put the agenda over the actual content and the art. And I think that's why everything is getting destroyed, because these people are just obsessed with, you know, pushing everything black people, everything brown people.
I'm the first of color.
Everything gay people and the rainbow cult. And you're never going to get like an honest critique or assessment these days, right? Because a lot of people, like critics, were always responding back and forth. This part of the movie sucked. This part of the movie was good. And everyone was kind of like at each other's necks over that. And people would have conflicts over that. And some critics were just kind of criticized for being critics, which is weird. But now you're just called a racist if you could literally critique a movie. And it's like, you don't even have to be white. You know, you just come out and say this movie's retarded and stupid because it's all just, you know, let's make everything black, gay, and brown. And, you know, that's content and art nowadays. But who's asking for this? Like, nobody is asking for this.
It's usually fake kind of people that pretend to like it. It's when these normies say that they actually like a character, what really all they mean is that they've heard of them. And that's really all that it is. So they're not actually interested in any of this stuff. However, they have the creators or the people that are in control of these products have been convinced by people that have no idea how the market actually is. They've been convinced by them that this is material that people care about. And it's not. There's going to be a person or two that has neon colored hair, is weird as shit, and will pretend like this is something that they're interested in, but they're not going to go buy it. And if they do, if it is, I mean, you're talking about a very small group of people, and they can never carry this. And this is where Hollywood fucked up. Hollywood forgot that in order to get as big as they are, you had to get the support of people from different sides of the political spectrum.
When it comes to The Witcher, imagine that this is the way you try to sell people on this. So like when they put this tweet out, 10 reasons why you should watch The Witcher Blood Origin. This isn't like a joke, like a meme that got put together by somebody. This is from the fucking Witcher account, their verified account. When they put this out, we think these are the reasons that you need to watch this. And it's just as laughable as you could imagine.
I can give you 1,000. The casts are insane.
The action is fierce.
It's got Michelle Yeoh, who is, I mean, you already know that, but she's just incredible.
We're going to be talking about, diversity. We're going to be talking about, diversity of sexualities. And of course, we're going to have this.
You know that, but she's just incredible.
It's set 1,000 years before The Witcher.
Now, this person is in the show, and she's deaf and uses like American Sign Language, I guess, in the show, in the Witcher universe set 1,200 years ago, or something like that. But they're gonna get to how stunning that is.
It explores part of the lore of The Witcher that hasn't been explored before.
There are monsters like we've never seen before.
It has the first kiss between two men in the show.
Oh, there you go. That's the most important part about The Witcher, you guys. Out of everything else, all the millions of dollars they've spent, that is what you get. A gay kiss.
Yeah, and acting like we've never seen that before. That's the craziest thing. They want to pretend every time they give an interview about this stuff. What do they say? We want to get to the point where it's not news where we do this. Oh, well, then stop literally creating the shows with only that in mind, only that in mind to get to these things on screen. Clearly, you don't want it to get to that level. You still want it to be a big deal. You want to be praised for how virtuous you are, for how woke you are for doing these things.
You know what's crazy too? It's like it makes gay people look really bad. Do these gay people in these movies do anything? Do they have any special abilities? Are they like really great written characters? Do they have amazing arcs? Are they inspiring? Do they do anything? No, it's just they're gay.
But that's how it always is. I was talking to the great Chuck Dixon about this with one of the characters that he had did a lot of work on over the years of Tim Drake, who is now just gay out of nowhere. It's not like they make him more interesting, right? It's like, oh well, now he's just gay.
They exist.
Like, well, is the story better?
They exist.
Okay, yeah, congrats, I guess, but that's not a thing that's going to entice me to try to read it. Who are you making it for? It's a rhetorical question because they're making it for themselves. They do this weird shit where it's like we're trying to get pats on the back in the headlines from each other and kiss each other's ass, as opposed to actually making it for, like, it's the fucking Witcher, man. It's a layup. It's already been wrote for you. You got the outline, you got the blueprint, easy. You have to go out of your way to fuck this up. I wasn't gonna watch it anyway, but imagine being a Witcher fan and you see that and they're trying to sell you on this origin, which is basically fan fiction anyway, and that's what you hear.
And if you remember 4 or 5 years ago, one of the first things we heard from The Witcher's writing room was when they decided to take a stand, right? This was in 2018. The Witcher Netflix writing staff decided to get woke for social justice on social media, right? And take a stand for social justice, identity politics. This is specifically about illegal immigration and shit like that. But like the writing was on the wall from the very beginning. It wasn't great in season 1. Season 1 was like a pretty bad show that was really anchored by a great performance from Henry Cavill. And then 2 went completely off the rails. But this isn't anything new for this writing staff. It's always been there. And now it's just gone next level. But we'll finish it. We're only halfway through this 45-second video.
The costumes are divine. The makeup, the hair. Bon appetit.
There's a deaf sign language using character.
Who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a reason to watch the show.
That's not a selling point, dude. Like,
No,
that's what you don't seem to understand. It's like, okay, it's not to say that you couldn't have a deaf person in the show, but you can't sell me on there's a person using sign language in the show. 10 fucking things. That's it. It's not a long list. 10 things that you're trying to sell us on, and that's the best you could do.
But this is what these people do. They're so unoriginal that they have to act like they're being original by being the first ones to do any of this stuff. Like that's one aspect of the argument as well. Is like these people think they're like pioneers and trailblazers, but all they do is rehash other things and like take what other people have already done in Hollywood and just kind of like claim it for themselves. These people do not have any originality. They just steal. Okay, they just steal everything because they have no creativity. When you have no creativity, all you could do is just steal from other people that are better than you and more creative than you, because at that point, that's all you can do.
I don't know what else is left other than we put a lot of effort in this. Let's see here.
It's a show that's made with so much love, and that's really fun.
So much love. Nothing in there about a great story. Nothing in there about well-written, well-developed characters. We know like who the characters want to fuck. We know how the characters talk, I guess. But that's it. Like nothing that's universal, and that's really the problem. And I think when you look at some of the things that have had success this year, Top Gun Maverick had success. Something like The Terminalist out of nowhere had success. Like these are things that get back to pretty like basic traditional values. That's what people are craving right now. I think that's why in just 12 days, you've seen Avatar hit $1 billion at the box office. But when it comes to this Witcher thing, it is the status quo now. And we're in the cycle with these woke entertainment properties. Make something something that's made for no one but the writers. It gets blasted before it even comes out because people can see the writing on the wall. They can see it through the cast and they can see it through the interviews. They know it's going to be bad.
To be the poster child of accessibility for people of color, for women.
It comes out, shocker, it's fucking bad, and it gets destroyed on the reviews. What's the next step? The media comes out and they say, well, they're review bombing. Angry fans are review bombing this. And now we're only a couple days removed from Netflix, from The Witcher showrunner, from The Witcher cast and crew coming out and saying, we stand with our cast of color and our deaf people and our gays, and we protect them against all of this disgusting things out here.